Hi, I'm Jared. And if you haven't been able to tell from the last 2 videos, we really like this game.
Madi.
Oh, she doesn't count that. I'm just gonna zoom in on your face just to let you know. I just want you to know how this is gonna go.
Good.
So we're in Generation 3.
We didn't do end of generation before we close up.
No, I do it at the beginning of this
Okay.
one, so that way people basically know.
Okay.
We're in Generation 3. If you have not watched Generation 2 or 1 of my father's work, I suggest you go back.
Anyways.
We're going to get started, but you can watch our gameplay of Generations 1 and 2 up in that link. Spoiler, I can't, put 2 links in there, so you'll get the link to Generation 2, and in Generation 2, you'll get the link to watch Generation 1. Read, Monty.
First we should do the end of generation.
Yeah. Well, it says to click continue. Oh, yeah, we did that.
End of generation.
Keep 1 incomplete experiment in hand.
This one. But the rest of the bottom, right?
Yeah, of their respective decks. Then, because that was only part 1, Marty.
So 1 completed experiment. Place self, spouse, and caretaker in your quarters.
Self, spouse, damn, and caretaker into your quarters.
And place arrest and lost. That goes off.
Man, if I could get another caretaker, this game would be over.
Discard all resource and money and any remaining completed or incomplete experiments. And now we start.
You can read.
I know. Well, I know, but we have to start this. At the start of the round, gain 3 money.
Okay.
And draw a card from any available deck.
Well, we have to get our A, B, C's first.
Or starter.
Because the starter generation.
A, B, and C.
Do the starter generation first.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure that this is
Yeah, because this says upon receipt of their inheritance, the newest generation. That's what it starts with. So, I'm guessing our 3 is our inheritance.
Okay. No, our 3 is just the start of the round. That's what always happens.
Which is our inheritance.
A, B, C.
That's how you get inheritance. That is
B,
what inheritance is.
C. Then we have to do our start. You have 1 building.
I do. 1 resource. Well, fucking...
I'll get a dead body from my storage shed.
I will also get a dead body.
Copycat. I'll get 2 gears from my clockwork lab. What else are you going to get?
That's it.
I'll gain 2 chemicals from my distillery. What else are you going to get? And then my station chamber gives me no benefit. Each action taken by this piece gains insanity. Oh, we have to reset these.
Okay.
Now you can start reading.
Upon receipt of their inheritance, the newest generation of scientists were surprised to find a generous addendum attached by the order of Saint Hubertus. Aside from the notoriety afforded by this gift, as promised, a permanent structure was to be erected on their properties to aid in experimental pursuits. Retrieve the Order of St. Hubris tokens. Retrieve the Master Study Vanity Estate upgrades.
Which ones?
Retrieve the Master Study Vanity Estate upgrades.
Upgrades. There's one.
Thank you.
There's another.
That one's yours.
Oh, we put it into our building?
Mm-hmm.
Does it say that?
Nope.
Because there's other vanity upgrades over here.
Okay. Retrieve. Okay. Arston gains 4 BP. 1, 2, 3, 4. And a Hubris token. Hubertus.
Okay.
Then the starting player with the most victory points. Then starting with the player with the most victory points and continuing descending order of points. Each player with an order of Hubertus tokens chooses a master study to build on their estate. No additional costs.
Whew. It's a free 2.
Which I do not have.
You do not have. Because you refuse to be a part of the cool faction.
To continue. Generation 3, the order revealed. I will attempt to relay the events as they were explained to me, though I fully understand the solemn repercussions of the unfathomable knowledge contained within this text. Among the forests of the Romanian countryside, nestled in shadowed valleys of the Carpathian Mountains, there are places... Carpathian Mountains, there are places so far removed from the rest of the world as to appear almost invisible in their machinations. In shadows tucked away amongst the deepest tangled forest from the darkest crevices burrowed deep into the earth, there are places where our most pervasive legends and folklore emerge, and in their isolation, it grows. The next generation's return was marked by a most startling and terrifying discovery, for it appeared that while the disease had left the town, another more insidious plague had befallen the land. The Order of St. Hubertus, emboldened by the success of their clandestine labors, took the opportunity afforded them and manifested in their true and cursed forms. And like the emblematic wolf head adorning their insignia, they arose with silvered pelts, bearing distended fangs and open...
Distended. It's like...
I know, that's what I said.
You didn't say distended.
I did say
you
distended.
Said
I just distended. But I said distended. Distended fangs and open animalistic maws that dripped the saliva. The least horrifying held this form at least, as the other beasts hosted swelling deformities and twisted extremities too repulsive to describe. The ancient evils they had unearthed from beneath the town gave them the ability to transform without the full moon's glow. And in light of day, these monstrous beings set upon the townsfolk to enforce their rule either by coercion or by visceral and bloody execution. The beasts were real, but as the order expanded its numbers and influence, the beasts did not recognize their new forms as folly. They called themselves Strigoi, embracing the vampiric moniker given them by local folklore, and commanded quick control over the local government. To them, they were powerful new evolution of society. They perceived humanity as the real monster. However, they were not keen to import work on the family. In fact, they took a great interest in their experimentations, even to the point of offering their assistance. And as a new generation was thrust into this distorted new reality, they were forced to consider a most dreadful prospect to aid these creatures in the scheme and spread their message of dreadful bloodlust to incur their loathsome wrath. This is your fault, Jared.
Excuse me, this is exactly what I wanted to happen.
You piece of shit. The consequence of disobedience. Now we're these people's pets. We're like their...
Excuse me, I'm not a pet. I'm working with them. Just like the robot revolution, we're together.
In the center of... I'm being forced.
Yes. That's the...
In the full light of day and without fear of reprisal, a silver-haired beast rose to its hind legs, almost human in stature. On the steps of the former town hall, she held the still-beating heart of a man who had refused to join their numbers.
Marty's husband.
The order had revealed its true self with an unsettling ease, swiftly taking over the town and demanding alliance in most vicious terms. Streaks of blood and viscera adorned the windows of local businesses and homes. The family was only spared their wrath, through allegiance or cursed acknowledgement of their continued exploitation. Amelee the Third gains 1 creepy.
Ha! She's not liked.
Click here to continue. Legacy of the Hunter. It was during a period of adjustment. Anyways, I skipped ahead and read.
You piece of shit.
That's why I went. It was during a period of adjustment to their new surroundings that customary preparations were made to redecorate the west wing of the manor in a more modern style to which they were accustomed. Expecting a delivery of druggets from a Parisian carpenter, instead they were greeted by a strapping young man in a burgundy leather coat. He tipped his wide-brimmed hat solemnly. Your family has made a contribution to our fraternity, and we are here to repay the debt through service.
That's bullshit.
The young man stated, pulling back his shirt sleeve to reveal a tattoo of a bow and arrow. Then he exited to the servant quarters without further instructions. Amelee the Third gains 1 town servant from the lost and $1. Click to continue.
We'll defeat her anyway.
The monster without you will.
St. Hubertus.
The Order of St. Hubertus held Hubertus Lodge. The Order of St. Hubertus Lodge held a dark secret in the miasmic recesses beneath the edifice above. And after navigating a steep, spiraling stone staircase, the cousins found themselves in a large stone room, a makeshift laboratory. Deep enough beneath the earth that the walls were warm with heat. Glass baubles and pilfered tools were stacked haphazardly around several wooden workspaces, with failed experiments and devices thrown into metal waste bins beneath. The lodge's caretaker extended a clawed hand towards the center. My hand is clawed. Towards the center of the room, where a large circle of stone was squatted. When they peered inside, they saw the infernal spawning grounds.
Oh shit!
Slime-covered beasts wallowed within a murky pit, sloshing with a putrid stench of rotten meat. They wailed in unseen torment as the caretakers of the order snapped coiled wigs to frighten the malformed wretches into submission.
Wait, snap again?
You didn't even snap right.
No, I was doing like the whip crack, but your snap was gonna be the crack, and it didn't work. I'm also gonna animate spit coming on when this comes up, so that people can see how you read.
Oh, I spit a lot when I talk. I don't take breaks when I speak, so my saliva just gathers. The caretaker spoke in a harsh, gravelly tone. You are free to use this place as you wish. All that we ask is for a single experiment when we call upon you. Alternatively, our children here are always so very hungry. It was a dark boon indeed to be offered a place in town to perform experiments. But what would this horrible convenience cost them? Carefully hand the storybook device to Arston and do not allow any players to see.
Don't look at it.
Okay, I won't.
You'll get to see it, audience, but not that lady.
I have a name. Why are you reading it like that?
So that they can see me being animated.
If I was better at reading lips, I would.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh shit! Is that it?
No. Or else I would have given it back to you.
I'm just asking. I'm still the mayor of this town.
You were, and then you led the whole order to come over and
They never said put it back, so I am still the mayor
never said to put it back.
of this town.
Does any player have the lycanthropic strength masterwork experiment?
Nope.
Okay. Turn to pain 18.
That was me. I was supposed to tell you that. Jared.
Yeah, I know, but I'm helping you.
Turn to page 18.
We keep seeing there's always these really nice buildings, like layout of the town that we don't get to see.
It's not.
So then we get this dreary town.
It's because you fucked up.
Because Marty allowed vampire/werewolves into town.
You allowed
werewolves who call themselves vampires.
No, I think
Strigoi
is the name of is werewolf.
It said vampiric though.
It's the vampiric name of.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Retrieve the spawning pods Fantasy Estate upgrade and place them near the game board. Place the pet store.
With no pets?
Spot A. With no animals. And the bookstore over spot C. There's no more hardware store.
Because you found out the hardware store.
And return all exposed building tiles to the scenario box. Each player retrieves a storybook token and places it on their masterwork. I don't think I will be able to solve my masterwork.
Yes, you will, though.
You need 3 C's. Do you have any, even one? You have 1 C.
I have 1 C.
1 C.
And I'll get the rest. Don't you worry.
Monster spawn. The town hall. When a player completes a masterwork, click here for a special message. The town hall of the village has been transformed into the unofficial headquarters of the order. When a player visits the monster spawn, they will perform an experiment. A gift of spawning. At the end of the generation, the player with the most completed occult experiments will receive the spawning pods vanity state upgrade.
All right, so just so, because there's only one. Final score 1 victory point for each completed experiment. So that's what that gives you at the end. Okay. This one gives me 2 victory points for each completed engineering experiment. All right. Does it say anything about who the first player is?
Nope.
It says right there. Pass the starting player as normal. No, it does not. Oh, yes, it does. I don't know
where you read that.
Because, you know, the power of reading.
I see it.
When I read the whole thing.
I see it.
These were things that we got this generation, right? Like, this isn't like an old thing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay. I'm going to come...
at the start of a round, draw any card from an available deck.
I'm going to come here and get 2 occult. And the creepy goes up. Creepy.
Occult knowledge? Okay.
Creepy.
Does it say anything about... What does it say about Monster Spawn on there? Like...
That's just where you can do an experiment.
All right. Then okay, calm down. I'm gonna send my spouse to the laborers union. Spend 2, and I'm gonna get 2 of my. I need 2 workers to do my bidding. I've got a lot of bidding to do today.
Okay.
My early years as Arston III.
Wait, what does this give me?
What does it give you? What doesn't it give you, right? I'm so rude. Okay.
I don't need this shit.
I don't need anything. Body's like, I don't need to do anything. I can
But
survive
I need
on my
a
own.
B.
I need.
Did I pick a C? I didn't want to pick a C.
You did pick a C, which is confusing to what you just said. But I need a B.
That never happened. No one saw a thing.
This girl.
Oh. Well, now, occult is random.
Yeah, occult is wild, is what you mean to say. And don't forget, you have one chemical already.
I will send. I do have one chemical. My husband to get an animal.
Right. One dead animal in the form of a cat. Your husband likes killing cats. I'm going to send Igor here. Gets a little creepy. But I'm going to complete the tensile joint analysis.
He can't leave the house. Oh, yes, he can.
Why can't, I was going to say, why can't he?
Why do you have servants?
I went here.
Oh, okay.
It's like she's not a part of the game. And I don't understand it. Like, y'all asking the question, sure. The lady sitting next to me that I say out loud what I'm doing because we're recording it, it's a little confusing. So anyway, question.
I'm really focused in on what I'm doing, okay?
Yeah, I'm fine with that, but then don't question me twice in one turn. How did you get servants? Why, he can't leave the house. Question. Could joint strength be improvised by gluing ears onto the hindquarters of the family pet? I don't know, but he got some knowledge out of it. And I get 1 victory point. Chung chung. I'm gonna need that 50 victory point thing real quick.
Real quick. I'm gonna send this servant. Interesting. I'm gonna send Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean.
To perform an experiment, human to animal skin grafting.
Excuse me. You need to spend money to send Mr. Bean there.
I sent him.
Oh, you sent him there.
Chill. It's like he doesn't like we're playing the game right next to each other.
I'm so involved in what I'm doing.
Perform an experiment. Human to animal skin grafting. To my frustration, test animals appear to reject hot adhesive tissue transfer. So I spend 2 occult as randoms, a cat, and a coffin. And I get 1 crazy.
1 crazy.
And I get 1 of these. And I get a bottle. Thank you.
I can't say for sure that I spent
and I
the
get
gear
4
that was
BP.
needed. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, and this is swing wide the iron gate. With spade in hand, I will unearth the dead. It is my destiny to rend knowledge from these bones. Must collect a body. 2 BP.
Okay. It's good to get those early because when you get them at the end, it's like, well, I can't do anything with it. I'm going to send myself to the watchmaker so that I can get 2 gears.
I'm going to send my servant here to get 1 friend.
And you have to pay 1 extra because I'm already there.
1 friend.
All right. 1 friend. I'm going to...
We're friends. You did say
So is there anything... We can't like investigate these anymore, right? Okay. I'm going to send Milo here to get 1 of these.
I'm going to send Marcelina over here to get 2 bottles.
Chemicals, you mean?
2 bottles.
2 bottles. I am going to send Millicent, because I don't remember what her name was before, to perform an experiment. And she will complete the elevator room using 1A, 2 Bs, 3 gears, and these 2 cubes of knowledge plus this one that I have. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. The fascinating metal room could be lifted or lowered into the earth through a system of counterweights. So I get 3 victory points. 1, 2, 3. The key thing about the C ones, if you're able to complete them generation 1 or 2, you get bonus points.
Yeah,
we
I
did
saw that.
I don't know what this V is. I get a vanity estate upgrade. Any of these that I want? I'll do this while you're gone.
Okay.
Oh,
it's the end.
Oh, well, then pause for me. I will not get the vanity upgrade then. So now you can read.
I'm Mommy.
I'm
broken.
Have nothing in
my house.
for assistance. Each cousin's recollection of the event seems to corroborate the same story during December of 1892. A messenger, obviously meant to intimidate, arrived by carriage and announced precisely at noon. Dressed... Oh shit, hold on. Go back.
Did you skip stuff?
No. Okay. I was just making sure I didn't skip anything. A
Dressed?
messenger, obviously meant to intimidate, arrived by carriage unannounced precisely at noon, dressed in a dapper gray suit stained in thick streaks by rivulets of blood and cascaded from his shoulders. He wore a mask of gore. His animalistic features stained a sanguine red that still dripped from the tips of his teeth, his belly distending the buttons as if he had recently enjoyed a horrifying meal. I come to collect, he entreated with a bow.
Ow.
With a bow. Woo! And a disgusting lick of his lips. It is by our pleasure that you and your family remain alive. And we have need of knowledge of experimentation that you most assuredly can provide. If this cannot be arranged, he paused, pointing in the direction of a servant. I have slanked my thirst on the blood of lesser individuals than these today. That I guarantee. Making a deal with demons? It was impossible for the young scientist to expect an entirely trustworthy offer as presented, yet to allow a human to be knowingly sacrificed to the jaws of these grotesque animals would also be unconscionable. In turn order, each player decides whether to contribute an experiment. Donated experiments are turned face down and placed under your masterwork card. If a player donates, they will receive an immediate bonus based on the level of experiment they donate. Higher levels granting higher rewards.
Does that have to be completed one?
If the player chooses not to donate, they will lose its servant and gain 1 creepy. It does have to be a complete one.
Damn. Well, you're first.
I'm gonna donate a B. This B.
So it says, if a player donates,
Under your master.
donated experiments are turned face down and placed under your masterwork card. It doesn't say it has to be completed.
I'm sure it has to be a completed one.
All right, so I'll donate my A. If a player donates, they receive an immediate bonus based on the level of experiment. So where's the bonus? I guess it's on the next one. So I donated, so click next.
If the player chooses not to donate, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Reckoning. The messenger from the order thanked the scientist and vowed to return once again after a time. Any player that donated a experiment loses 1 VP.
Yeah,
the
that's
order
bullshit.
is unpleased with this meager offering. Any player that donated a B experiment gained 2 VP.
1, 2.
No one donated a C. Any player chose not to donate, blah, blah, blah. Okay. A Taste of Evil. Middle years. It's master completion, monster spawning, gift to spawning again.
Did it ever... We didn't change these at the beginning.
No, it didn't say so.
Okay, well, all right. All right,
People go back.
wait, one thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to have to stand up for it. Get there's another set of tiles in there because we're in Generation 3.
Oh, yeah.
Since we forgot to swap out these tiles in the beginning of the generation, I'm not going to discard 2. But these are the ones that we can build moving forward. Then recall.
When you buy this, you just automatically get it, right?
When you buy...
Like this.
Yes.
Okay.
And you also gain the thing on the left side. The creepy. We're in the middle years.
Mm-hmm.
And did we pass the first player already, or?
No.
Okay.
I will pass it now.
All right, so I am first. I've been, start of a generation, start of a round, we get 3 gold, or 3 coin.
Thank you, sir.
And you get to pick one of these. All right. Damn it. Keep fucking.
Mm-hmm. I do keep fucking.
I'm gonna have to cut that out. It's gonna say, damn it, they keep fucking me. You're gonna be like, mm-hmm. And then that's it. I'm gonna send Milo. No. I'm gonna send myself here to the watchmaker to get 2 gears. Do I need 2 gears? I don't need 2 gears. I'm not gonna go there. I'm gonna go to the cemetery and get 2 bodies. And that gives me 1 creepy, 1 oh, I never got the first one.
No, you did not.
So this would have been the first one I had. Must complete an A-level experiment, which I just did. Not do. And then this one. So first one, if only I had more time to explore, to peel back
So
the
what
flesh.
happens if you don't do it?
If you have 2,
Mhm.
then you get a compulsion.
Mhm.
Or a malady. Because you still have a malady, don't forget.
Yeah.
To peel back the flesh and peer into the scope once more. My fingers ache from idleness. So I have to complete an A level 1. And I will observe the sniveling fools as they stumble forth. I must discover their desires. I must know what makes the man a man. I have to go to town hall. Alright, so that was my turn. Is there a town hall? Oh, looks like I'm not going to town hall then.
I will send myself to get 2 gears.
Oops, upside down.
I will send a servant to get a body.
Body, yaddy, yaddy, yaddy.
Can you give me a body?
There you go.
Thank you.
And you move up and up. You get a new compulsion.
Thank you. Must complete a biology type experiment.
What's the flavor text, Monty? We're in the flavor text. The flavor text.
The inner workings of the beast, the beating heart, the yield of flesh to knife, the rush of blood, it must be the key.
Okay. I will go.
Oh, and I got a body.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
So you
So I
get 2
got
victory
2
points. I'm gonna send Milo 2 because oh, you have Milo. That's not my first one. I'm gonna send Milo to the monster spawn. What happens when we go to monster spawn?
You can make a person. You can do an experiment. That's it.
Okay, well, I get creepy. And I perform an experiment to do microscopic studies. By carefully honing metal and glass, I was able to improve magnification by 1,000%. It just needs... I'm going to send Milo here. That's my turn.
Okay.
Fucking guy.
I'm gonna send myself. No. I'm gonna send Bean to perform an experiment with 1 body. 1 body. But he gains 1 insanity.
Can you put... Oh, he's over.
And 2 occult.
1 insanity. Get another one. 2 occult. Wait, 2 occult. Not creepy.
Not creepy. Thank you.
What's the...
And 1 VP.
What's the flavor text, Monty?
The flavor text.
The people are here for the flavor text.
Poured various chemicals on a dead body. Not sure what I was expecting. Dissolution of essential fluids. And I must collect any type of knowledge. No. This is pointless. I need more knowledge.
Alright, I'm going to send Igor to the monster spawn. I gain 1 creep. I don't know if I moved that back or not, but I'll say that's where I am. And complete the microscopic studies. I already read the flavor text for it, but it just takes 1 gear. Which gives me 2 mechanical knowledge, 1 victory point, and I complete my compulsion to complete an A-level experiment, getting me 2 victory points.
Okay. I will send myself
She's gone.
to the bookstore to collect 1 biology.
And
That's not... Oh, it is biology. Never mind. Not a biology. Instead, a blue and a yellow.
I was about to say, just use the colors.
colors.
I mean, I can do the other shit, but just help me out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I will go with... Damn.
Mm-hmm.
How am I going to do this?
It do be rough out here. Oh, fuck! I can't even do that because I don't have another P! Oh, how life is difficult.
All right, I'm going to
So
go...
I gave up a B.
I gave up
A tragedy.
a shade tragique. I'm gonna go to send my wife to church. Find Jesus. going to spend 4 to lower my creepy down 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3.
Fair enough. I'm going to send another servant. Here, do I have to pay 2 now?
Are you going to the cemetery? Mm-hmm. No, it's just 1. It's always 1. You knocked something over.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't my creepy go up?
Yes. Creepy goes up.
Go down?
No, mob goes towards...
Yeah, that's what I meant. Have we been doing that continuously? No, we have not.
I can't say that we have.
I get a body.
Body waddy.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
It is still my turn, huh? I'm gonna go... She can only do estate actions. No! Gertrude, why? What does this do? I'm gonna go... I guess I'll go to estate affairs.
We have so many things where I'm just like, I don't know.
I'm gonna go to estate affairs. I think what I'm gonna do is... Can you gain 2? How does this work? Estate actions. Record knowledge. Estate affairs. Draw 3 experiments, keep 1, and discard the rest, or gain $1. Which is more important to me? I think I'm gonna draw 3 and keep 1.
Okay. Fuck. If I do this, I'm fucked.
Damn it, these are hard to do. Oh, sweet. Okay. I'm assuming when you discard, you put them on the bottom. That's the end. Oh, no, you're still.
I'm gonna come here. And I guess pay 2. To lower my creepy down.
2.
Alright. Next round.
End of the round. Servants on the sandy track become lost. And some estate actions become lost. Return all pieces to your quarters. Pass the start player.
Okay, next round. An opportunity. With a shrill squeal, the violin player ended the performance abruptly. The dinner guests turned their heads to see the source of the commotion. A shambling creature with unseemly patches of wispy gray fur covering their deformities had climbed over the east veranda and now crouched near the dinner table. It seemed to intuit the place of their gathering and only appeared when all the family were present. Do not fear me. I am not your enemy. By mere chance, I happened upon a concoction of daisy, fleabane, and tassel hyacinth that was able to completely suppress my insatiable hunger for destruction. The jowls of a malformed dogman shuddered with each gnarled utterance. Yet his emerald eyes gleamed with the light of hope. With your help, we can cure the entirety of the valley and help to undo the horrors that we have wrought. Oh. Though they took exception to using an invention not of their own creation, the cousins knew a decision could allow them to avoid the humiliation of donating another one of their precious experiments to the mongrels. Vote. Players will now vote whether to unleash this concoction to tame the demonic beasts of the land. Vote yay is to unleash the concoction. A vote nay is to refuse. All players take their voting tokens into their hand. The players will secretly choose a side, face up in their palm. Then they will close their fists and extend it to the center of the table. When all players have chosen, all players will reveal their votes. Tally all the votes and side with the most votes win. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Click on the result of your vote. Click here if you voted to cleanse. It was strange. I didn't think you would vote to cleanse.
I didn't think you would vote to cleanse.
Why would I not want to cleanse? I didn't even want the werewolves here.
Wait, wasn't it to release?
Yeah, to release.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
The
way you worded it was cleanse.
That's
I voted to release.
It says cleanse.
Yeah.
It said cleanse.
I know.
It was strange. While the vote may have commenced and they seemed to come to a positive agreement, some were suddenly overwhelmed with an urge to assist the order. They tried to voice their approval to the vote, straining the effort, but the word nay instead escaped their lips. How could they have known the consequences of their parents' decisions to accept the cure for their hereditary illness? Moments later, their cursed mind touched the truth so irreversibly that they could not fathom why they had never agreed to such foul plan in the first place. All players with the disease card stored in their Sword experiments must flip their vote token to nay.
I don't have a disease card.
Mm-hmm. And there's stored experiments? Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
What happened to your disease card?
I completed mine.
Yeah, and your stored experiments.
No. Last generation.
You were supposed to put it in your stored experiments.
It didn't say put the completed ones in
Yes,
there.
it did.
It said return it to the box.
It said stored experiments.
Oh.
Mine returned to the box.
I don't. No. Because remember, there was something about like if you didn't complete your thing, you could have taken that cure or whatever they gave you.
I couldn't take a cure.
You couldn't take it because you didn't have the money.
But it
or
was in
something
your
to do it.
stored experiment.
I don't know. I don't think that's true, editor. Who's gonna be really upset that I said to do that?
Tally all votes once again. What happens if...
I was gonna say, what do we do with the tie?
Let's see. This one said if there was a tie. Ties are broken by the last player in the turn order.
So,
You piece of shit, Jared.
No, because it'll still be.
You
click
here if you voted nay. You had to. You had to cure your disease.
I don't think that's right.
Clearly, there were no others strong enough to support the evil that had taken over the valley and spread across the forests of Hungary. Arston III returned to their home with determination in their chest and retrieved the crystal vial now displayed above their hearth. With this vial of most blessed of holy waters, they knew they could take matters into their own hands and righteously reclaim the land once lost. Alternatively, and suspiciously well timed, a traveling caravan had offered a significant sum for it recently. But of course, ridding the land of all evil was the most pressing of matters. Click here to cleanse the land of its evil. Click here to sell for selfish reasons. You get $3.
I get to choose it?
Yes.
Okay. We're on the new generation thing. So we wouldn't have gotten as many. We did move up on the preview, though. I don't actually remember where we were. You had 3, didn't you?
I don't know. Yes, I did.
We'll just say that's where we're at. I don't, we're catching.
What are you doing, Jared?
So I get to sell the land, or I get to keep
You get to sell your water, or you get to keep your water and cleanse the land.
Water.
For $3 if you sell it.
I'll cleanse the land.
Oh my god, thank God. Oh my god, thank God. Selflessness for change. The liquid was introduced at the source of the stream that winded through the horrid gloom enveloping the town of Waterberg. I forgot I named it Waterberg.
Yeah, you named it that.
Like a glittering oil, it spread downstream, turning the murky waters clear once again with supernatural effervescence. Wake me up inside.
Evanescence.
I know they're different, but it just after less than days passing, the azalea blossoms that once dotted the landscape were in full bloom, and the radiant sunlight bathed the valley in a honey glow. The creatures that remained found themselves reformed, though still horrific to behold, and went about clothed in dapper suits and summer dresses with hats that could easily be tipped as a friendly greeting. Those of the order that refuses to submit to the cleansing beauty fled into the hills, never to be seen again. The cousins were free once again to be the most unconventional presences within the town, and returned to their labors with no further interruptions. Arston gains 1 BP.
Okay.
Taste of evil. Late years. Temporarily remove building tiles and turn to page 17.
17. Uh-oh. Because of the work of Arston, we have a beautiful, blossoming town.
And then place pet store on A and bookstore on C.
Pet store on A, bookstore on C.
School for hybridized individuals. When visiting this building, pay $1 to gain a caretaker from the lost.
Oh, that's sweet.
That's cute. Gifts of spawning. At the end of generation, the player with the most completed occult experiments will receive the spawning pod vanity estate upgrade.
I still, to this day in my late years as Arston III, think that my cousin, distant cousin, lied and she didn't read right.
I think you lied.
Well, you're first.
Anyways,
we get 3
first.
gold.
We do.
And you get to get 1 quest or experiment of your choice. You're gonna get a B?
No, I'm gonna get a C.
You put your money here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Lettuce.
Hint. You might want to go here and get it first. So that way you have a caretaker to use
You're
throughout
right.
the rest of it.
Your turn.
I'm gonna go there and spend 2 to also get a caretaker.
Yeah. Then I will bring Bean. There's Bean and Bean 2 now.
Bean and Bean 2.
Being human vivisection. The screams of the subject can be muffled, but it is helpful to avoid chemical sedation to test nerve function. I gain 1 green.
Well, what do you have to spend for it?
Oh, yes.
Let's do that.
2 occult.
Let's go in the right order.
2 occult. And 1 body.
Gain 1 green?
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
And the mob goes down. That way. Yeah.
You make the mob angry?
I do make the mob angry.
You're a piece of shit.
What can I say? Oh, and I gain 6 VP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right, I'm gonna go to the Romani Bazaar. Me personally.
Me personally.
I'm gonna get 2 occult and move up to creepy. Now we have to find out if it's when they meet. I think it's when they meet. I basically can't go into town or something because people are too creeped out by me. If they ever meet, the angry mob chases you out of town with torches and pitchforks held high. Oh, they have to be on the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime your marker is overtaken or surpassed by the angry mob marker, you can no longer take actions with any of your pieces. Except the church. You can always go to the church.
Okay.
To clear suspicion.
I'm going to send myself
Me.
here to the bookstore to get 2 blue.
2 blue.
Thank you.
Which one was I going to do? Okay, I need that. I'm going to send... Whew. Running out of shit here. I'm going to send Igor to the farmer's market.
Whew. I'm
Fuck,
going to
man.
send Bean 2 to make Unstoppable Acid X. Which 3 of these.
Ooh.
And 3 of these. 3 chemistry. Mark. I knew that way was gonna hurt. 7 VP.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
All right.
The only issue now is life is rough.
I'm going to send my caretaker.
We're on the 3rd generation?
We are on 3rd generation. 3rd generation, late years. It's not going to happen, Monty.
It really is.
I'm going to send Gertrude down to the experiment room to do an electric organ. So I have 1 A, 2 Bs, 1 gear.
You don't have the gear.
I'm definitely not going to be able to do it then. No, that requires a gear. I could do that one, but I don't have enough. All right, fine. Gertrude, come back. I guess I'll send my wife into town. I'm going to retake that. I'm going to send my wife into town to the watchmaker, I guess. Get that.
I'm gonna send my husband to the bleeding statue. No, to builder's office. Paid 3 to get the bleeding statue.
I was going to say, there's no thing on here called the bleeding statue.
And I gained 2 creepy.
1, 2. Welcome to the death zone like me. People are scared of you. All right, now.
Do I gain that right now or at the end?
What?
6 feet.
No, you know now. Good. Only thing that I wanted to happen in this game is that I got it first. So,
Got what first?
I'm going to send Millicent, I don't remember her name, to the electric, or to perform an experiment to do the electric organ. 1A, 2 Bs, 1 gear, 1 dead animal, which looks like a javelina.
Oh, got to put your 50 out first,
Yep.
you piece of shit.
Then, because
The way
I've
you kept it
recorded,
a secret too. You
I've
were like,
recorded some knowledge, and I have 1 mechanical knowledge, and then 1 biology knowledge. It says, plays ominous music or replaces a body part. Either of those. What do you want from me, you know? I'm just a mad
there's a
scientist.
lot of strategy involved in this game.
There's a lot of strategy
that I
involved in
did
this
not
game.
expect, that I did not follow in like the first round Also, we did the first round
We did the first round completely wrong.
completely wrong, and it did not set us up for success.
Mm-hmm. That would have been the perfect segue to start doing it. But, so I did see. It gives me 6 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 51 points. Marty.
All right.
Wait, what? Why are you doing that?
Aren't we done? Oh, no, we have one more.
Can you let me finish my turn? I didn't even finish my turn. The mob hates me now. I've been run out of town.
Now you can take turns.
I can no longer take turns.
Okay.
When your token is overtaken by the anger mob, your pieces may only visit the church in town.
If my person comes here, they die, right?
If you send a servant or your spouse, they die.
Okay.
At the end of the round.
There you go.
Oh, what do you get?
Store 2 extra resources between generations.
Oh, well.
It doesn't really matter now.
All right. Oh, this one.
Okay.
I could go to the church.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to church.
Pay $1.
Take me to church. No, it costs 2.
Oh.
Excuse you. So I can only pay 1. Or 0. But I'm back. People are like, hey, that organ wasn't
like,
that bad.
all right.
That organ wasn't horrible.
Okay. So, click the end of generation.
Click, click.
An award for research. The monsters felt guilty about not honoring the word, even if it stretched their sense of ethical duty to do so. On a cool summer evening in the twilight years of life, the newly inspired creatures formed a bright cavalcade and paraded their way up the steep and winding hills to the estate. Within hours, a new structure was built, and though they proposed a feat in the scientist's honor, they quickly meandered back home when the gates were firmly shut and the hounds were released to chase them from the property. Special setup, or the Spawning Pod's Vanity Estate upgrade to the player with the most completed occult experiments. I have one.
Oh, occult.
Spawning Pods is mine!
Wait, hold on. I got some stored ones. Is occult green? No, occult's like.
Occult's gray.
I got nothing.
Okay, it's mine.
It's mine.
Final scoring, score 1 VP for each. Okay, cool. If there is a tie, award the upgraded tie. Ignore all plot costs when building this upgrade.
That's not fair. Where was that for mine?
Each estate upgrade is worth 1 VP. Add any additional points from Vanity Estate upgrade score minus 3 VP for maladjustments.
Okay.
Okay.
Now we're going to get the counting. You can stick around and count with us if you want. I don't know if I'm actually going to keep it around, but I'll maybe just cut out.
Okay.
All right. We've finished scoring. The end tally.
Okay.
Amadi doesn't want to reveal scores.
Well, first, this goes first.
Yeah, I know. 3
generations of diligent scientific minds toiling at an unspeakable work, surrounded by decaying stone walls. Their ignoble experiments tucked away amongst the deep forests and well-worn dirt roads and traverse the gray countryside. Could the family's indifference of the plight of the diseased truly be blamed for how the pandemic consumed the region? Is it possible that they assisted a supernatural force that could ingrain themselves so deeply in a small town's infrastructure that an entire populace would be turned into monsters themselves? Or that a counter-agent could be produced and unleashed to undo an evil curse? Unearthing this mystery took considerable effort, as the history of the region had all but been forgotten, and the memory of several eccentric entrepreneurs isolated in aristocratic circles had faded away, obscured by time like the mists that still hang over this small valley. But whether truth or fiction, Waterberg's residents cling to these superstitions in whispered conversations. On nights when strange sounds emerged from the fog, they turned their gaze towards the grim chateaus in the distance and wondered what strange machinations were contained within. The end? Question mark?
Is it really the end? Is there a click to continue?
No.
We've reached the end. 3 generations
Jared won.
of Arston and Amelee's fighting, headbutting almost.
They weren't really fighting. They were just like
Well,
working.
we joined different factions.
Yeah. My
Yeah.
faction gave me a person.
My faction gave me holy water, which in turn cured the town.
Oh.
My grandfather told me stories of Amelee the First, who was the worst mayor.
Jared's such a fucking sore winner.
The worst mayor in existence of Waterberg.
I would never say that about you.
The worst mayor.
Jared brought fucking
At the
werewolves
end-
to the town. What a bitch.
Really cool werewolves.
No, he didn't.
At the end, our totals were 64 and 52.
It should be 53. Pardon.
She somehow gained another point.
I didn't know that this was a 0. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
When you bumped
53.
it.
This game is fun.
We're here to our finally thoughts. We're not going to do the whole like finally thoughts. You know, you guys have
Still a
you're
5.
used to it. It's still a 5 for me as well. There are a lot of like little things that you're supposed to remember. I hope the app version will do better with like reminding you of things. But like when we got to Generation 3, this was supposed to flip. We were supposed to swap over these, which there are reminders on the card. I'm not going to act like the game didn't tell me. And I knew because I read it all. But like in the moment when you're going through all this stuff, it would be great to have a reminder to be like, hey, make sure you flip the insanity track. Make sure you replace the buildings. Outside of that, it's not going to get any deducted points. As we've talked about during the gameplay, if you hadn't watched it, I recommend watching it. There is a lot of like, you have to strategize for this game.
You do have to strategize, and
you have to strategize, and if you don't strategize, like your first game is probably going to be lower scoring because
and like
these actually have a 100 side, and we did not get to that.
I feel like if you knew it was a strategy game going in, like maybe you would do better. But like
you still have to learn.
You still have to learn what type of strategy you're going for. Like
right.
You complete a card that gives you something that will help you with your next card. That kind of strategy. Whereas like we didn't really. I was just like, I'm gonna do this one.
Especially Generation 1, where we messed up a lot. Generation 1, there was no strategy. We just did stuff.
Yeah.
And then we found out we didn't read anything. And then we would have had a much better time playing Generation 1. Spoiler alert, also. We're not going to record it, but we're going to play this again. It's really fun. We just want to, at least me, I want to make sure what it's like playing it through normally.
Yeah, we'll play the other boxes.
We can't yet.
Oh, they're not.
It has to have the app, and the app's not out yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll play the other boxes when the apps are out.
Yeah, when they come out, we'll record them, because it's too fun not to play it.
Yeah, but we'll play it on our own terms. Check our TikTok to see.
Yeah, check TikTok. We look at that TikTok name.
I run it. I run the TikTok.
She runs that shit. And it's great. There are many. So we're going to also make this into a kind of review because we played, like, since a full game takes 3 hours, I feel like we're valid enough to do it.
This game.
I love the recording mechanic because even though we didn't get to like do a lot of it, it really helps to be able to be like, okay, I don't have to go look for this knowledge. Yeah. And I really wish I had recorded some occult knowledge. Yeah. Because the only reason I didn't complete my experiment was because I couldn't get another 2 occult. Yeah. If I had gotten another 2 occult, I'd have been done.
It's really beneficial to record. Yeah. I think now that we've played this game, we learned a lot. I don't know if we could do a review yet, just because. Like, there's so many things we didn't do. Like, fuck up the first one.
Yeah, but the whole first generation was not good.
I feel like once we play it again in our own time, we could do a review.
Yeah. But yeah, this was a very fun game. I would also very much so like to see how it plays at 3 or 4 player, because that's 4 players.
I would love to see how it plays with 3 or 4. Nina?
Especially considering, the amount of work that the app does. Right? That'd be great. The amount of work that the app does to like remember things, like, hey, you revealed this thing that many times, so this happens. Or like, the first generation with the whole heart token thing. Or like if we had gotten the hospital built, like how that could have changed the game.
How that could have changed the game.
Because there were things in here that like, obviously we didn't.
And then if we had more players vote, like, and with the changing of with the disease, and like how that would turn out. And if the person who got the holy water would choose the holy water, and all the other factions, what would they do?
Because like there's a lot more things in here that we didn't get to. Like there's a shrine, there's curious supply room. So like it's a very fun game. I really hope the app is done soon so that we can play the other 2 scenarios that came with it. But it's really fun. If you like strategy games, like strategy games that you actually have to strategize, but also have a really good story to it, it's perfect. Yeah. Like this is a legacy game in the terms of like one sit through, you make choices, they change what happened. That's the kind of legacy game that I like. That my choices or her choices impact the game that we're playing.
And I like it too that it's not like you could play it with one person and whatever, get the story, but I like it with more people because everyone has their own secrets.
Yeah, and the story is going to change. Like, I never knew anything about these factions, and Monty's over here talking about factions.
Yeah, we'll get some friends to play it with us, and we'll give you guys a review. And So watch out for that in the future.
Yeah, and so that's all we have. This is the end of my father's work, at least what was available at the moment. Hopefully you all enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and you can also check down below about more information about us and how to support us on Patreon. Maybe we can do the other playthroughs on Patreon.
That'd be fun.
But anyway, that's all we have. Bye.
Bye.